so beautiful, so Hawaiian, so disciplined. And it was so nice to see a whole bunch of these old bags up here that I haven't seen. That I haven't seen when I was 50 pounds ago. But they're still refreshing and so beautiful today. And look at these lovely, lovely ladies who got together last night. Only last night, you know. But once you got that hula in you, you're always going to have it with you. So I proudly present the students of my dear friend Luka Kaleiki and her sister Louise and the Ilima Hula Sweethearts.
Now, those of you that don't have back knees, we're going down.
So, you know, I'm in a Kukuna group now, and a lot of the people, they all remember Ilima Hula Studio. And I'm so proud to say that that's where I started.
I thought to myself, why hasn't, you know, Louise Kaleiki ever been honored? She did so many recordings, the original recordings on Island Records of so many songs that we enjoyed today, such as Kalihu Imilia, Pola Ilai, Keanui Nui, and all those songs we still dance today. It was Louise Kaleiki's voice that introduced it.
And this is okay, so some of you learned it with the uehe. Because Aunty Luka taught different generations different. So some of you learned with the uehe. And some of you just learned 1, 2. For clean purposes, no uehe.
But it's kind of before that.
Yeah, it is. It's kavelu kalakaua and back, kavelu kalakaua and back. Okay? And then we just go run through the motions.
Yes.
So
So tomorrow is Lei of Stars 2023, and my mom Louise and Auntie Luka are being inducted into the Hawaiian Music Hall of Fame. And I'm very honored and humbled and blessed to be here to receive this honor on behalf of them. And so I invited every generation, every decade of hula dancers. So we have as far back as 1965 attending tomorrow, but she's not going to dance because she said her knees are kind of bust up. So she's not going to dance, but she's going to be there. And in this room here, with the dancers, we have 1960, 69, we have 1970s, we have 1980s, we have 1990s and 2000s. Every generation is represented here and tomorrow.
And moving forward to why we are here. And so Lani Girl and I, we have such a great love for the Lord, and we always believe that God has our journey for us. So in September, I was at Kauai for the Hula Mokihana competition. Here comes this beautiful lady. I go, I love your lepo'o. So she started talking. I go, oh my God, your eyelashes, they're so pretty. That real? She goes, no, that's not. Then I said, what's your name? She goes, when she said Lani Girl, that was it. I got emotional. I said, Kaleiki. And she goes, yeah, and I hugged her. I said, baby, your mommy and auntie was my first kumu hula in 1969. And moving forward to today, she told me about the induction, and I said, you know what? I'd be so honored. Then this one,
I just laughed.
she was on Oahu for several months. Then she just went home in October. I said, Dina, I ran into Lani Girl and I sent her a picture of Lani Girl and I. I said, they're going to induct our kumu hulas, Auntie Louise and Luka. She goes, oh my God, so what? I'm going to miss another event? I said, well, if you want to come. She arrived
Ilima Hula Studio,
arrived
I'd
on
like to go
Thursday.
global as far out as I can reach, because mommy and auntie believed in that. They believed to share hula with the world. And I think that stems from Uncle George and my mom's friendship, Uncle George Naope and my mom's friendship, that you don't have to be Hawaiian, only Hawaiian to learn hula. You can be French, you can be Spanish, you can be Japanese, you can be Portuguese, you can be whatever, as long as your heart and your desire to learn hula and cherish it is there, they were willing to teach you.
And I did, yeah, I went corner to go get my lace. Okay, so there's a poof here.
You got one for 80.
You make poof here.
Turn around again.
Extra. I am going to introduce you guys by generations. So, Ayaka, you are representing the 2000s. You're representing Japan, California as well. You guys, then the 70s. No, sorry. Yeah, 70s. So that's Lee. Who else? Leon.
We had a
Rhonda.
show and we practiced from 10 a.m. in the morning and we finished at 1 a.m. the next morning. We danced all night long because, everybody had to dance. And then Mommy Louise got sick and she passed away in 1976 and Auntie Luka took over and 90% of the ladies that's going to dance tomorrow were her students. And the rest of them, a few of them were after Auntie Luka. And then that was my time. And just kept hula going. I went to the mainland and I still taught hula there in California. I still taught hula there. And came home and I didn't want to teach anymore. I just wanted to dance hula. So I called Auntie Aloha Deliri and I asked her if I could dance for her because I wanted to go somewhere where I knew the legacy, where her hula came from. So I went to dance with her for a few years and then I got a normal job as a city bus driver. And I stayed there for 13 years and a couple of years after I got that job, I was encouraged by a few people, one of the old teachers, Marminette and her daughter, to teach and do a show. And so I did that. Doug, we have some senior ladies. And we may have to call the 911 oxygen crew to come. Then he says, "Oh, was it too fast?" I said, "Yeah,
Much.
it's just
Skosh.
yeah, it's just a wee bit too fast. If you can slow it down a little, medium tempo for the first three songs, and the Kalego I Miliia, we're going to the real Ilima style. Okay, like full on. I know we don't need to practice, but."
No,
This
we do. We should. Yeah.
This isn't somebody's like wake, this isn't a celebration of life. We can't wing this one. We have to practice this for Mommy and
I
Auntie.
do have an important. So.
Oh, okay. So you guys were
No, we
dancers.
weren't fun.
So we started at in Waipahu at Alphabet Land, and that was the year. Lani Girl, what year was the Uniki? 69, yeah? 70. 70. So I remember we'd go on Saturdays. Oh my gosh, we went to the Hawaiian church.
Yes.
How do you say the name? The Hawaiian church? Come. Yeah. Every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10 at night. And it was amazing because the Uniki was at the Blaisdell. And we had just started, so as new hula dancer, oh my God, that was like quite the production. And Lani Girl was there every time she had class. The mommy used to always yell, Auntie Louie, Lani Girl! But she was, she was just so lovely.
Gosh, what am I going to do? So we've been here at this location for 13 years. And we're relocating shortly. And hula is still the same. Our legacy, hula legacy is from Uncle Henry Pa. And then he taught Auntie Luka for 18 years. And in 1962, he told her, okay, you can teach. And so she started teaching for Mommy Louise. And Ilima Hula Studio grew exponentially. And then at 13, I taught my first hula class. And we went to we were at Alphabet Land in Waipahu. And Auntie Luka drove me, we drove together to the school. And then she said, okay, get out, you're gonna go teach the class. I said, I can't teach the class. I'm only 13.
Newest student, and I'm from Japan originally, and I moved to California 8 years ago, and but I started at hula when I live in Japan, and during the COVID, I'm taking the Zoom workshop, and I found her. Lani Girl. And I decided, I love her dance, hula. So I decided to learn from her. And I just opened the Hello in California last year. Yeah, and then I'm taking a Zoom lesson from her.
What is hula like today?
gave me
For
a lot
me.
of love.
Today it's a different spectrum because now I'm a teacher. Before I was a dancer, so I just performed with excellence and did the best that I could, and today I'm a teacher. So I have to make sure that everything is intact. I have to make sure that everything is done right, the right way that they taught me to do it. I have to do my best to keep our style, our hula style alive, because not too many people dance like us, and you're gonna see that tonight when we practice. Our shoulders, our expression, our hands, that's all Ilima Hula Studio. And it's the same. There's no difference from when I was little till now. Only the teaching aspect of things are different. There's more kuleana, there's more responsibility to make sure that I teach them the right way and I keep Uncle Henry's things intact. All the things that he taught me, I keep it intact. So there's no.
In case you don't know her, everybody, this is Lani Girl Kaleiki.
My mom always told me I had big eyes for nothing, so. Mommy and Auntie, as long as I can remember, were singing. My mom had the voice of an angel. Auntie Luka had the voice to tear a house down. You think Beyonce's all that? You haven't heard Auntie Luka sing. She won a full scholarship to Juilliard and gave it all up to teach hula with Mommy Louise and Auntie. They have one more sister that's not very, that you folks don't know. That was Auntie Rose, Auntie Makalani. And she was in the back. She was all the money, the paperwork, the banking, all that stuff. So I want to make sure I give props to her because she was one strict lady. Because this lady right here standing in front of you was one kolohe girl. And I needed that, yeah. We are Ilima Hula Studio. So you say, studio? What about halal? No, back then there was not halal. There was very few halal, and they only did hula, nothing else. We did hula, Tahitian, Maori, Samoan, Tongan, Fijian. We did pa'i, oli, drumming, Tahitian drumming, you name it, we did it. And so thus Ilima Hula Studio. It started as Louise Kaleiki's Hula Studio in 1955. And in 1957, it changed to Ilima Hula Studio by encouragement of her cousin Abby Palea. Many of you from Kuamalo Church, you may remember Grandma Eloise Harrison. My mom was ordained under Grandma Eloise Harrison. We used to do the annual Puli Hamau show, and my mom and my auntie had a special place in their heart for the Glades performers. So they would be invited to come and close our Puli Hamau, and it was a blast. The kahus and the hopi kahus and all the understudy kahus, they were up and dancing with the Glades show. I mean, those of you that know the Glades, you know. You couldn't sit still when they were performing. Their elaborate outfits and their suave presence on stage was, my first shot was when Uncle Hanalei came out with lipstick on. And this 5-year-old girl looked at her mom and said, "Mommy, why is Uncle wearing lipstick?" To which she replies without missing a beat, "God loves everyone, baby." I said, "Oh, okay, I get it." Okay, and that was it. And my mom gave me that look. You know the mom look, right? God loves everyone, baby. And then you just, okay, got it. I get it. Lani, at 5 years old, shut your mouth. Okay. Okay, so Mommy recorded 2 albums, the Mele Hula albums, the original albums. This gentleman here got a copy of and gave me a CD of that. With Mary Kavena Pukui, Auntie Maddie Lam, Auntie Vicky Rodriguez, Uncle Sonny Chillingsworth, Uncle Henry Pa did the pa'i and the kahea with Auntie Mary Kavena Pukui on the Mele Hula 1 and Mele Hula 2 albums. Being dear friends with Maddie Lam and Mary Kavena Pukui through Uncle Henry Pa, they made beautiful music. I already said about Auntie Luka being in the opera. Okay, last one. Mom's mission, I have about 30 seconds. Mom's mission with Ilima Hula Studio was to take young girls in the Kaleiki area that were not as fortunate as everyone that maybe perhaps lived in Hawai'i or Kahala or Waialaiki Ridge, and teach them discipline, teach them determination, teach them to be graceful, teach them to be elegant within themselves, teach them how to put on makeup and get on stage and perform, and little by little their hearts would grow. We're not from Mayor Rights anymore. We're not from KPT. We're not from Kamehameha Housing. We are Ilima Hula Studio. And some of these ladies that were here today on stage, they will tell you the stories of what Ilima Hula Studio did in their lives that they carry on today. So today we have represented, this is my last thing, today we have represented every generation from the 1950s. Where are you, Linda? Be proud. She's standing there with her hat on, that's Linda. The 1960s, ladies, hold your hand high, you shot, raise your hand. Okay. The 1970s, 1980s, table 25. All those young ladies over there. 1990s and 2000s. Where are you, Ayaka? We have one young lady from California flew in yesterday, performing today, and she's flying out tonight. She has to go home. She has kids. So she's flying back to California. So tonight we had Florida, California, Maui, and of course Hawaii. And I thank you all for this humble, blessed award from my mom and my aunt. And I'm so great that I get to be alive to receive it for them. And I know they're in heaven.
Lani Girl.
I love you too, Melvin. And I'm so hoping that they're in heaven, dancing and singing and just having a blast seeing all of us here together. So mahalo nui to all of you. Mahalo to my kupuna. Mahalo to my sisters, my hula sisters and friends. Mahalo nui. Aloha. Aloha everyone, Lani Girl Kaleiki here. Thank you so much for spending time with us. Thank you so much for coming and watching our video, and I hope it inspires you to dance hula and to do more things Hawaiian. It's a kako thing, it's our kuleana, so get to it. What are you waiting for? Mahalo nui kako, yesupu, aloha.